Hello and welcome back to Coastal Point, my custom neighborhood that I built completely from scratch in The Sims 2. Today we are going to build some apartments. But before we jump into the speed build, I thought I'd show you what I've been up to off screen. Because if you're familiar with Coastal Point, you can probably tell that a lot has happened since last time. I just felt like I needed some off-screen build time with Coastal Point, you know? No pressure, just building in peace. I was also very unsure about what I wanted to build, so I just explored while building and let whatever happen happen. It wasn't very planned, is what I'm trying to say, and if the purpose of a build isn't very clear to me beforehand, I usually don't like to record, I guess. But let's have a quick look at what I built off screen. This is what I call the town center. It has a lot going on. There's a small convenience store, a cinema, which I imagine used to be an old communal building of some kind that's been repurposed into a cinema. There's also a small pet shop and another tiny museum. Unlike the other museum I built like 2 videos ago, which focus more on the historic home life of Coastal Point, this one focuses more on the history of Coastal Point as a coastal town. It's very small, but still. We also have another small clothing store. I think we're up to like 3 different clothing stores now. But yeah, and there's also a small Asian restaurant where you can grab some food and some traditional tea if you'd like. And then there's a very cluttered thrift store. Sadly, it's not usable in any way, unless I made a sim buy the lot and made the items buyable, but that's just too much of a hassle. And then we have a tiny arcade, and by tiny I mean very tiny. There's also another coffee shop. I hope the Coastal Pointers enjoy coffee because there's a lot of coffee shops here. But yeah, I really like the vibe in this one, so it gets to stay. This lot is unfortunately very heavy to play because of all the items, I guess. So my computer is struggling. And it's a pretty heavy duty one, my computer. But oh well. It is what it is. Then we have this little tiny park, which I've named the Gazebo Park. I bet you can guess why. I just felt that the town needed some green space and not just be packed with buildings, so I think this is a good fit. Even if you can't really do that much on this lot, I think it adds something. It looks nice. Then we have the library lot, which isn't completely finished yet. The 2 buildings in front of it are still empty, and the upstairs of the library itself isn't fully furnished yet. So that's a work in progress. Next, we have what I recently learned is called the rectory, right next to the church. When I first placed this lot, I thought it would be used for wedding parties, but then I managed to fit a space for that inside the church itself. So I couldn't like build that here as well, but then it hit me. This could be the place where the priest used to live back in the day, and now it's been converted into a kind of communal space for church members where they can have meetings, hang out, do some crafts and stuff like that. We also have some workers' apartments, is what I call them, next to the industrial harbor. I imagine this is where the harbor workers used to live back in the day. But now it's just like some maybe low-income, smaller apartments. But yeah, that's all the off-screen builds. So let's head into today's speed build. The speed build we are doing today is very much inspired by a picture that I found on Pinterest of this Sims 2 build, which I recently learned is built by Kate Emerald, another YouTuber. I had no idea who built this beforehand when I found it, but I really liked the look of it, so I decided to kind of replicate the look of them, because I think they really remind me of the Swedish vibe. I'm so tired of using the word vibe, but that's what describes what I'm trying to say. Anyways, it catches the essence of a Swedish house. So that's why I liked it for a coastal point. I also like how tall these buildings are, like 3 stories tall, for some reason. So yeah, let's build them, you know? I did find them quite hard to like figure out the floor plan though for these. That's like an issue I have. I start building and I almost always just focus on the exterior. Like how it looks from the outside. But as soon as I get inside and start trying to plan out the floor plan, I just, oh man, how am I supposed to make sense of this, you know? But I think I figured it out eventually. I think all of the apartments are 2 bedrooms. Or are they? Now I'm unsure. I don't remember. I think all of them are 2 bedrooms. So kitchen, living room, 2 bedrooms, at least 1 bathroom. Maybe one of them have 2, or maybe all of them do. I don't remember. It was a while ago that I built this. So I'm kind of experiencing this with you as well in real time, because I don't remember how I did this, but yeah. Yeah, you can see me struggling here. I think, you know, I don't really like to have that much space being occupied by hallways. And I think that's what most of the time usually screws me over. Because I thought that I maybe could fit in like 3 bedrooms in some of these. But then I realized that I just... no. I had to give the hallway the space it needed, sadly enough. Because I find it annoying as well when the Sims like get stuck in hallways when they're like trying to get past each other if they meet. So yeah, that's an internal struggle for me. Like, should I make it usable or the way I like it, you know? Oh. Anyways. This red one here also has like this patio outside area that is floor level. The blue one, or green, whatever, is also gonna get... Oh right, that has another room on the first floor that I built here, now I remember. So this one has 1 more room. And yeah, and also like a patio space or balcony or whatever you want to call it, and all of them have this balcony on the backside, but they're not really useful, you know, because they're just 3 squares. What do we call it? Squares? Oh my god, I can't remember anything today. Anyways, so yeah, and all of them have a garage, which I like. I don't know why, I find it very satisfying when the Sims have cars in apartments. It just looks so alive, you know, if they go to work or go to a communal lot and they drive out and you see a neighbor pass by on the streets, or I don't know, it's, yeah, I like it. The backside of the lot is gonna have like 3, I don't know what we call them, cabins, I guess. And I imagine that they were like maybe some kind of storage for maybe some fishermen or stuff like that, because as you know, this is a coastal town where fishing has been the primary source of income. So yeah, here I'm struggling with the kitchen layout because I don't want wasted hallway space, but I decided that the original floor plan was the best. So yeah. Anyways, back to the cabins. As I mentioned, I imagine that there was some kind of storage back in the day and have been converted into useful communal space for the tenants that live here. I think it's tenants, isn't it? Anyways, yeah, the person who lives here can use them. Here you go. Here they are, the cabins. And yeah, they are very much dedicated to crafts and relaxation. So I think one is gonna be like a pottery station. One is gonna be a sauna, and now I don't remember what the third one is. I guess we'll have to find out in the end what it turns out to be. I'm really happy with this garage, like this working space thing. It's so simple. It's like 4 items and some posters on the wall, but I think it adds something that makes it just feel more alive. So I'm really happy with that. I really hope you like watching furnishing, because it's gonna be a lot in this video. You know, since we have 3 different apartments that are 3 stories tall. Or can you say that the apartment is really 3 stories tall? Because I mean, the first one is just a garage. But yeah, you know, I am basically furnishing 3 different homes. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of that. And they are also pretty small. So I apologize if there's gonna be a lot of twisting and turning, because that's usually what happens when the apartments are small, because I like to play with my walls up, you know, just to get the feeling of what the room actually looks like. So yeah, but yeah, I hope you like it. I try to make the apartments like quite neutral, I guess, because as you know, if you play The Sims 2, is that you can't choose who your neighbors are, unless you make a sim or a family and move them in into the other apartments. But I usually don't fill all of my apartments with playable sims, or I build apartments that have more than 4 units, and you can only have 4 playable families in an apartment, but you can't have more units, which means that there's always gonna be an NPC in the apartment building. So yeah, I like to keep the vibe kind of neutral. Well, unlike what I'm doing here. Here I am obviously building a teenage room. But it's still kind of neutral, so maybe you can imagine that the Sims who live there, because they're always one-person families, the NPCs. So you can kind of imagine maybe that the NPC has shared custody or something with their teenager, and they are currently living with the other parent or something. But yeah. So yeah, I don't like to make the apartments like too gothic or too preppy or too modern or old school looking. I try to keep it balanced on that part. So yeah, it wouldn't feel wrong or strange that the NPCs who moved in, it doesn't feel wrong that they live there, So yeah, that's why I don't make the apartments like very personal. Like, yeah, you get it. You know what I mean. I think the bedrooms are getting more and more generic as I play, because I get tired of just like, building the same thing over and over, like another kitchen, another living room, 2 more bedrooms. So yeah, they get more and more boring and empty the longer we go. But yeah, I think this is the kitchen that like sticks out the most out of all of them, because as I said, I wanted it to be kind of generic, but I still wanted them to feel different from each other. So how I tried to like make that difference happen, I decided to make this apartment more darker, more dark wood, more darker muted colors, I guess. So yeah, I think it turned out nice. Okay, so here we have the like pottery studio, cabin, whatever you want to call it. I know the one on the left, yes, is gonna be the sauna. So yeah, I'm eager to find out what's gonna be in the right one because I truly don't remember. Right now, oh yeah, I made like a cozy like movie night place. It really reminds me of the one that I built on the beach a lot, but yeah, I just like the idea of a place like this. It's just I just like it too much. I also like the like cushion couch thing and the I don't know, like all the items that is in there. I think they are just too good to not be used. So yeah, that's why I built another one. Okay, we are about to head into the final shots of the lot. I'm gonna let you watch them in peace, and I will see you at the end. Okay, that was the apartments near the water. That looks Scandinavian. I don't know what to call these buildings yet. We'll see what I figure out. But yeah, I hope you liked it. We are almost about to be finished building Coastal Point. I think I only have like one lot left that I haven't built anything on. So the building phase is about to reach its end. And hopefully we are about to start playing in Coastal Points. I already have a lot of sims figured out how I want them to be. The only thing I need to figure out is how I can keep playing in Coastal Point without the game crashing. I've noticed that, yeah, my computer is struggling with this neighborhood. I think there's a lot of CC in the neighborhood and also in my game. Overall, I think I need to do some custom content cleansing without ruining the neighborhood before I can properly start playing. But yeah, we'll see how I figure that out, but yeah. Anyways, thank you again for watching, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye!